In case you missed our last episode of Life with the Polites, MRL, Marriage, Relationships, and Love, here's what you missed.
Path which could have been better. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that the sacrificing involves two people. It'll never involve just one person. It'll involve two people, and there's always, I believe, in a sacrifice in a relationship, is that there's always going to be that two that's going to come to triumph over within the sacrifice. Sacrifices are hard. I said that earlier. Sacrifices, I believe, can be very uncomfortable. But we have to understand a lot of the times that, and you said it earlier, I forgot how you said it, it's not just going to be a joyful ride. There's going to be bumps and bruises. And with the false sense of knowing that everything is going to be in a perfection mode, that's just not true.
Well, let's hope bumps are not bruises.
Well, you understand? Well, I agree to that. But I mean, that's the challenge. The challenge is knowing that, hey, okay, there's going to be a hurdle that's going to have to be jumped. That's going to take a lot of heavy lifting. That's going to bring disruptions, and it's going to bring some discomfort. And sometimes we accept those challenges and those sacrifices, and on the back end, we really feel the pain that it brings, because that's another thing that's part of sacrifice. There's going to be some type of pain. There's going to be some type of pain. I used the word discomfort, but when you bring those both together, is it everlasting long, or is it a season? That's what I meant, that in regards to relationships are full of seasons of sacrificing. I believe that the sand does come out the hourglass. The pain isn't everlasting. It's not forever. It's unbearable when we go through it. But, we all come across a finish line because there are more sacrifices to come.
Well, that last statement you just said reminds me of that fortune thing, that fortune cookie. The fortune cookie. There was a saying, a statement in it. I forgot what you call them things, but it says whenever someone is giving light to something, and I'm paraphrasing how I remember it was said, but whenever God is using you to give light to something, and that's all involved with sacrifice in this world. You sacrifice so that there can be some light, some release, some life. At the end of that sacrifice, hope, joy, all of that. So whenever, you're going through those sacrifices and the person is being used to give light in any area or life in any area, we have to realize that according to that cookie thing, that's the fortune that I read, is that you have to accept the fact there's going to be some burning. And so when you mention the pain and all that, and again, not bruises, it's going to... It's going to be some pain on it, but, and that's because there's going to be some burning. It's going to be some chipping off. You understand what I'm saying? There's going to be some purging. It's going to be, because the more you sacrifice, you really, what it does is that it reveals really, it takes away, but it also adds, to you. Only when you say it does. Sacrifice takes away, but it also adds and lets you know really who you are, what you're made of, how much you can bear. And that's why it's so important that the two individuals, no matter what type of relationship it is, that they understand and that they are aware, when that person is sacrificing, that they stay in tune. Because sometimes if it becomes overwhelming or overbearing and they can't take it anymore, then it's up to the other person then to step in and take that. Now we know with God, if it's something that God has given you, no one can take that and bear it for you unless he assigns someone to do that, as we think about Christ with the cross. But what he has for you to bear is for you to bear. But you are bearing those things so that you can gain the fruits that he has, that you will obtain within your character. So again, you're going to go through, but you're gonna, thanks thanks be to God, in the relationships, you're not going to come out with bruises. You're going to come out with fruits and not bruises.